Hey everyone, so I just wanted to make a real quick video about mental health during this pandemic, and more specifically mental health during medical school during this pandemic. So I know I'm not alone in my experience, and I've in fact, like, through talking to my roommates and through looking at Reddit and stuff like that, I know a lot of first year medical students are feeling like I am right now. So I just wanted to make a quick video to acknowledge it. I tried filming this video already before and it just sounded like a word vomit and there was not really much flow to the video, so I decided to kind of just write out a script to guide me through it. So if you see me looking away from the camera, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm just gonna get into it now. So this is really hard to talk about, but I just wanted to give you guys the most genuine look at my life in medical school, and so this is it. Medical school is already a tough enough experience as it is, but during a pandemic, things just get exponentially worse. So I haven't been feeling that great lately in terms of my mental health, so I thought I'd hop on here and just make a quick video while these feelings are fresh. Before I get into this, I wanted to acknowledge that even though mine and everybody else's feelings are valid and important, it's also necessary to look at things with perspective right now. So there are many people dying and unemployed and going through a lot worse than anything I have experienced because of COVID. There are far bigger issues out there, but I also wanted to put this out there because I know there are a lot of people in similar positions that are quarantined right now and not feeling that great. It's been 8 months of quarantine at this point, and it's hard to be stuck indoors and, unable to interact with people that you care about and just go on with your daily life. So let's just get into this. Medical school is really hard. I think everyone knows this. You have to adjust to a new routine and you have far less time than you ever had before. One thing that helps most people get through it is having solidarity among your peers. Having people going through the same experience as you to talk to and interact with while you're doing this is something that I think a lot of medical students took for granted before this year. It's lonely out here, guys. Of course, there's always ways to virtually interact with peers, but to be honest, most people aren't interested in meeting people that way. I'm lucky enough that I have 2 roommates so that I'm not completely isolated and I have people to talk to and, like, whine and complain and stress with about everything, but not everyone has this. A lot of people in my class are living alone, and a lot of people in med school in general are living alone. They don't have anyone right now. It's hard to be in medical school and study all day when you don't have access to those outside activities that help you feel human and even help you feel like you're working towards becoming a doctor. And by outside activities, I mean things like volunteering and in-person research and clubs and even our white coat ceremony. Like, that's completely virtual, so just things that make you feel like you're actually doing something and you're actually becoming a doctor. When you're just staring at a book all day without putting anything really into practice, it's hard to acknowledge that you're actually becoming a doctor in a couple years. And those are just some of the grievances that I know a lot of medical students have been having, but I've also had some personal things of my own that have caused me to feel really bummed out. So what I'm most bummed out about is that after our last exam, I was actually supposed to have my boyfriend Harinder come and visit me, and we haven't seen each other in like a month and a half, which I know isn't even that long. But I was really excited to see him after my exam, and he ended up not being able to come because we had some COVID cases pop up at my school, and I just didn't want to put him at risk. So he didn't end up coming, and I didn't get to see him. But now, because of those COVID cases that ended up coming up, my administration kind of amped up their restrictions, and basically, if we're caught interacting with anyone without proper PPE, we get dismissed from the program. So I don't know if I can risk having him visit anymore, so I might just not see him until winter break, which will be 5 months at that point that we hadn't seen each other, which I'm really, really sad about. And then that brings up another point that's a little anxiety inducing. Honestly, like school itself, like the academic part of it hasn't been stressing me out, but just everything with COVID and all of the regulations have been causing me a little bit of anxiety. So like we have all these new rules where like if you're caught entering through an exit door, or you forget to complete this like daily survey that we do that confirms that we don't have any COVID symptoms and we take our temperature and everything like that. If you forget to do that for a day, you basically get penalized by having it show up on your academic record as under the same category as like cheating and all of those actions. And honestly, like residencies wouldn't even know if you got that because, oh, you didn't complete a COVID quiz or because you cheated on a test or something like that. So that's really scary to think about. Like I really have to be mindful when I'm tired to make sure that I'm, you know, like walking through the right doors on campus and doing all of that. So that's just a little bit of extra added anxiety to everything. And obviously these measures that are being taken are completely valid. Like we want to keep anyone who's immunocompromised or at risk of getting this, and now that it's on campus, like we really don't want it to spread. So I understand why it's happening. We're in the middle of a pandemic and it sucks. But yeah, it makes things a lot harder than they already are. Anyways, going back to Hiiiii, I've been a fairly negative person these past couple weeks because studying for exams and being like stuck inside the entire time is just like completely affected my mood. And unfortunately, Harinder had to deal with all my whining and complaining and just being in a bad mood all the time. And I was really looking forward to some time with him in person where I didn't really have a life that revolved around medical school for a couple days. But I guess that won't be happening. When you're in medical school, you look forward to the little things that make you happy at the end of a stressful week or a major exam or anything like that. And for me, the things that make me happy are my friends and family. So when you don't have those things to look forward to, it gets really hard, and being stuck inside has just been a major mood drainer. There have been entire days where I didn't study at all because I was in bed just like sulking and being sad, and I was just not okay enough to get up and do anything. I'm no social butterfly, but I do consider my close friends and family the main source of my happiness. They just make the hard parts of life so much better, and being so far away from them really sucks, and it gets really lonely out here. I've just managed to accept that there will be some days that I just feel bad and lonely and am low functioning and don't get much done. And I make up for those days by being really productive on the days that I do feel okay. Today was actually one of those low functioning days, but I decided to drag myself out of bed and take a shower and, you know, kind of get ready and just film this video so that I could feel productive and maybe even move into studying after I finish this. I really don't know what else to say on this matter. I feel like I got all of my feelings across. It's just a sucky situation for everyone. Everyone has their own shit that they're dealing with, and we'll get through it. Thank you to all of the people who have been performing their civic duty and social distancing. You guys are amazing humans. Trust me, I know it's hard. That's all, guys. I guess I'll see you next time.